not having success in the final third. These are situations and moments where you can start to create some momentum, right? These set pieces, corner kick opportunities, this is their 5th, so they'll have to see if they can conjure something dangerous.
Flores to deliver right into the teeth of that Washington defense, which has looked very comfortable in the air tonight. Bidolph keeps the move alive, trying to spray it to the left-hand side. The compressed field as it's hoofed away by Washington's Alex Buck. Robust there from Wynn, who can't quite win it, and it's tidied up at the back by the senior fullback, Molly McDougall. Oh, and Wynn has done brilliantly, requiring the attention of Bello to clean up the mess. Yanam now picks out Flores, found that pocket of space, and here comes USC attacking in a 4v5. It's Flores! And stinging the gloves that time of Tanner Ijams.
Oh, and that's a good sign for USC. Flores running at the back line with the ball at her feet. And you see the little shimmy there, just creates a little bit more space for her to be able to get this shot off. But Ijams reads it all the way in.
First shot on target in the match here for the USC Trojans, and it took them 54 minutes to get things going. Taking a page out of the Washington playbook, going direct right up the middle. Brilliant run there from Flores. And
it's almost like USC needs to draw Washington out of their shape and allow them to get down the field so it can open up a little bit more space for them.
See some more changes coming in. That's Alyssa Gonzalez, a junior defender from Lemon Grove, in Southern California, the San Diego area. A little confusion back there. New partner for Bello.
Gonzalez has played some time as a center back here. As she partners back up with Bello, Lily Bidolph will then slide out wide.
Changes at the back. Washington threatening for a second. Flicked on by Buck, and once again Grust finally corrals it after spilling it initially. That's some uncomfortable moments tonight.
Fortunate for Grust there. Nobody with a white jersey in range to challenge for that loose ball.
Here is Gonzalez. The club soccer down in San Diego with legendary club side San Diego Surf. As did her keeper, Bella Grust, a few years earlier before moving on to the Colorado Buffaloes and transferring to USC. Here's Holden Reed. Meanwhile, for the Huskies, good hold-up play. That time for the junior. Suliafu. And locates Avery Wynn. Just getting a foot wrong there is Malin Montoya coming forward from her left fullback position. It's a Washington side that's growing more and more comfortable inside the USC half.
Suliafu there with a great switch ball wide for Washington, and now they're starting to spread this USC side out a little bit.
Give it away carelessly now. Washington looking to profit. Holden Reed, Win. Looking for a way around now. Good support net. This is Kelsey Branson for the Huskies. Releasing Loud on that right-hand side. An important intervention from USC to stem that move.
Loud has a very long throw in here.
It's kind of the in-vote attacking trait these days. Those long throws. Cleared to safety by Bello. I've been around long enough to when the long throw was in, then it went out, now it's come back in. So what's old is new again, right? Or did I just date myself?
No.
Bello. Well-measured ball on that left-hand side. George, who's swept the left from the right, gets back a hold of it. USC want a little more pressure defensively, I'm sure, trying to win it higher up on the pitch. Bello now for Gonzalez. McDougall. Oh, lovely skill there from McDougall. Eludes one marker now. McDougall off on a scamper. Molly McDougall now trying to play it into the path, but it's too heavy to Faith Jordan George. And that, Tracy, is really illustrative of the way things have gone in the final third tonight for the Trojans.
That's right. Just that last ball, the connection just slightly off for the Trojans there. And it was the right ball. The extra touch then took out the option to go to Darian. She's looking for that through ball, but just not the right texture on it.
Squad still coming together. Remember, so many newcomers this year for this USC side. Only one returning starter, Jaden Anderson, in a group that Jane Alacona says is very coachable.
Well, and that's what you want, right? Especially when you face tough challenges like they did with that loss, that 5-1 loss to #1 Stanford last week. Coach Alacuna said, hey, we have the squad to be able to bounce back, learn from that, and grow so much.
And the trio of substitutes coming in. Bidulph goes off amongst them. Anderson is checked right back in. They'll go right back to work targeting her. Well cut out at the back by Suliafu. And sent to safety by Kelsey Branson. And swap the number 9 for its role in central midfield tonight. So far, so good. As Nicole Van Dyke has gotten her tactics right, you'd have to say. Free kick for Washington. There is Nicole Van Dyke. Ever studious, ever the tactician. Need to close down the middle. We need to stay compact. But what she's looking for, Tracy, and what she told us, a 90-minute performance.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting about this one is the first half, I would say that USC, even though they were goal down at the end of it, was in control of the game. Right now, so far in the second half, it feels as though Washington has been in control.
Shell, a touch from Grust. Powerful left-footed drive from a Washington winger. Nearly had their second. Worrisome moments, Grust under the pressure. Here's Bello. Question marks at the back tonight for the Trojans. Coming into tonight, it only been breached 7 times. Another look, and this is what a player like Shell has in her locker.
Yes, she's fantastic with that left foot. She loves to cut in when she's on the right side, loves to cut in centrally. And she hits this from well outside the 18 and pings it off the crossbar. Actually beats Grust.
What a player. Samia Shell, she's their #1 returning goal scorer from 2024, and she contributed to 8 goals, score of 5 last year. Has already bagged 2 of her own while assisting 2 others in 2025.
Just a few inches from #3.
Exciting player.
She is. She just brings an energy right to the team. It seems like she, starts from the front line, just applying the pressure. And really throughout this Husky side, we were seeing players that just have that work rate, that they're excited almost to put in a shift.
One of those Big Ten players to watch. This is Washington's #13, Samia Shell. Throw in no. Her teammate Maya Loud. This would send some shockwaves, not just through the Big Ten Conference, but women's college soccer. And now it's broken, and they kill it off. Now Holden Reed, and it was a real important interception for Molly McDougall. The break is on now, and Jaden Anderson, who just came back on, beaten to it. Expert defending from Kolo Suliafu. Rarely puts a foot wrong. Space opens up, the game beginning a little bit stretched out. Here come the Trojans looking for a reply. Jaden Rodriguez, supported by Molly McDougall, the senior right fullback. Got a few attacking cards to play, finds her way to Anderson. Well closed down, and that's kind of been the story. It's claimed in the center net. Washington's counter stemmed. An important ball away on that left-hand side by Allison Hu.
And again, it's the organization of the Huskies. They are reading the passing lane so well, just able to jump a lot of these and force the interceptions, the turnovers. and really frustrating the Trojans.
We saw who start it right back against the Trojans. The spot on the bench has come back as a substitute on the opposite side here in the second half. Goal scorer, Buck plays it. That's an expert ball. Shell! She took it well, set up nicely for the winger, but straight to the keeper.
Well, and that ball in was fantastic coming from Buck. And that had the right texture there, the right spin. It bounces a little bit high for Shell. She's trying to settle it down, takes a touch, and that ball's still in the air, tries to hit it.
Third shot on target. Shell's hit the crossbar and played the role of provider. And that 29th minute goal from Alex Buck. Is there a way back from USC? Well, won 19 of the previous 31 meetings between these two. Only lost 4 times here on home soil to the Huskies. The last was 6 years ago. Comes out of play, and it'll be a Trojans throw.
Well, I think as, you know, this game starts to get a little bit more stretched out, I think that's only going to help USC at this point, because the hurdle for them throughout the night has been just trying to break down this organized defense. And once you stretch the opposition out a little bit, you open up a little more space, allow your creators to create a little bit more on the ball.
Larson, USC having some difficulty playing out. She's fouled by her counterpart, number 23, Lucy Newland, a third-year starter in the center of that Husky midfield. Larson's going to be a big player for this Trojan side, you can tell. Brings a level of sophistication to central midfield and possession, which will be calming. Androbella now for the Trojans. This is Jaden Rodriguez, quick on the turn. Maribel Flores, and just a stab in there from Newland. She's ever the destroyer, isn't she? Able to break up those opposing moves as Wynn flicks it. It's behind McDougal. There's a grit and there's a certain resilience about this Washington side. And you just get the feeling, Tracy, this is a team that nobody wants to play.
You're right. And judging from last season, if that says anything, this is a team that will find a way.
It's a style, does it set up for a really physical Big Ten conference?
It does, right? And that, I think, was the biggest difference for the 4 teams going into the Big Ten, just having to adjust to a little more physicality than they were used to in the Pac-12.
It's a Washington side that really suits their strengths. They embrace the dark arts, the physical side. You see, renowned for its possession, its athleticism, able to get in behind lines, but it's been easier said than done for Jane Alaconis' Trojans this evening. They're staring down the barrel of back-to-back defeats for the first time in 2025. Meanwhile, off goes Buck, and back on comes Kalea Eichenberger from nearby Rancho Cucamonga, just about 40 miles east of here. Third-year transfer from Cal State Bakersfield. George now, right back to work come USC, undaunted, not deviating in their attacking philosophy. Avery Wynn getting stuck in it. It's good hold-up play from the Washington substitute. Menti gives it a ride, trying to pick out Eichenberger. Who? For Faith George, who's been cut a real quiet figure on the periphery tonight for the Trojans. Trying to get her more involved as well.
Well, especially in the second half. I felt like USC did a good job of getting the ball to the flanks with Flores and also with George, but nothing created in the end. So the second half, they've had trouble finding them.
Jaden Rodriguez for Faith George, a full head of steam, turns on the pace. Will not beat Maya Loud, who has not given an inch tonight on the right-hand side of that Husky back four. Nevertheless, a half dozen corner tonight here for the USC Trojans.
Yeah, but that right there, that play, that flank play by Faith George can definitely be something to pull this USC side back into this one. She can get in line, get runners in the box.
I'll take this one short. Not fooling that Washington defense one iota. This is McDougal. Bello, who's come forward from central defense now. Alyssa Gonzalez. All 10 outfield players in that Washington half as it's poked forward, takes a deflection out. There'll be a goal kick here for Washington's Tanner Igems.
And for the most part, Washington has done such a good job of having the play be in front of the back line, right? So they're facing the ball most of the time, and the most dangerous parts of soccer when you're attacking as a team, you want to get in behind the back line, force them to have to retreat facing their own goal, and that will start to pull them out of shape, of course. So hard to defend when you're facing your own goal.
Hooked on really well by Newland. It's a first race. It's Kalea Eichenberger. We sent that one well high into engine house number 15, the local LAFD fire station behind the pitch here at Rollinson Stadium.
I wonder if they'll get that one back.
They got the best seats in the house.
Yeah, they do.
Saying, big shout out to the guys who always like to take in a game or two. The punt forward from Bello, asking too much of Faith George, and it's been a relatively quiet night in goal for Washington's Tanner Igems, the sophomore sensation, who is trying to continue on. There's a look at the old engine house. Been called into action on a few occasions tonight on their own right.
Seen the lights go off a couple of times, and usually that fire truck is lined with firefighters watching and enjoying the game. Tonight, I think they're busy doing some other things.
You mentioned Washington's Tanner Igems trying to fill those big shoes left by Mia Hamat. He's, of course, battling cancer right now, but it's been a great inspiration to this team with her positivity. It's infectious. They thrive on it. No doubt, a player that left her mark after she was such a great piece to this Washington setup last year. Poked away. Trojans right back on it. Magic Maribel Flores unable to weave her magic wand. It may break for the Huskies, and it does here on this left-hand side. This is better play. Held up nicely by the senior Wynn. Flicked on by Moranson. And right into the path of Shell. USC able to get it back. Lovely touch there from George. It's dropped into the center of the park now. This is better from the Trojans. Walsh plays it up now. George trying to play in. Maribel Flores in that central midfield where he saw her start a little higher up on that left-hand side. Jaden Rodriguez now playing it, of course, forward for number 54, Jaden Anderson, and she's won corner number 7.
Well, in that sequence for USC, you saw Washington start with the ball. They switched the field. There's a turnover there. Then they're stretched. You saw the space in the middle of the field for the Trojans to be able to operate in, how quickly they were able to go in transition, eat up the space, and work the ball through.
We'll see what transpires here. This could be the golden ticket. Is there a way back for the Trojans? With 20 minutes remaining. Driven by Flores on the outswinger, and just overcooked. Sails past everybody and out of play.
Yeah, that ball hung up in the air a little bit. Anderson trying to backpedal, and by that time her momentum's going away from the goal. She is able to get a flick on it, but not able to redirect it towards the goal.
Throw it now for the Huskies. They see the end in their sights. Referees called a stoppage of play here on this 72nd minute.
Yeah, I think the throw-in never went inbounds here for Washington, so they'll have a second chance here.
Thought she might have called foul throw for a moment. Oh, that's better. Yeah, from Malin Montoya. Trojans have them pinned in search of an equalizer. Looking for another comeback for the second time in 2025. Here's Alyssa Gonzalez for Edra Bello. Trying to liven up Rollinson Stadium here. It's broken now for George. Off the deflection, puts her head down, deflects out, and it will be yet another corner. Starting to pile up here. Loud has held her ground so very well, the junior, on the right-hand side of that Washington defense. 8 corners, a season high tonight for the Trojans, looking to profit. Crazy eights, perhaps. Flores to take. Everyone lining up on the edge of the D and the edge of the penalty area. This one real high and just over the head of onrushing attackers. Tracked down by Bello. Larson. There's the central defender trying to play the role of instigator. Brilliant first touch from Flores. Has the support now. This is who sends it in, and Suliafu couldn't quite get her clearance right. Relinquishing yet another corner. It's a good sustained spell, this from USC, showing some character.
It is, and this will be their 9th corner, so they'll have to see if they can be a little bit more dangerous here. And it's interesting, they're all lining up outside the 18, as you pointed out last corner. So this ball's probably going to get hung up in the air to allow the runners to get underneath it. They elect to go short.
Swept to safety down as USC continues to set up camp in that Washington half. That's just fine by the Huskies, who look comfortable out of possession. Suliafu's clearance only as far as Alexandra Larson.
And look how deep this first line of confrontation is from Washington. So for USC, they've got to push the ball up, forced Washington to have to pressure. They don't have to settle for going with a long ball here.
Almost 2 lines of 5 for USC to try and break down. Gonzalez into the channel, perfectly read, and a no-nonsense clearance back there from the junior defender from Seattle, Anna Menti.
Yeah, that's always going to be a tough ball to play in, especially against a team like Washington when you have your center backs at home.
They have the combination to the safe, USC. That's the question, but that's an excellent step here. And Kolo Suliafu is off and running. And here come Washington in transition. It's Kolo on the gallop. Suliafu around 1. Kolo Suliafu. Excellent piece of skill. She started the move and nearly finished it off.
Well, and look, hugs all around from her teammates because they love the effort that Suliafu is showing. That's a center back getting forward, taking on defenders, and she is itching for the goal. Unfortunately, her last ditched effort there gets deflected, but she'll have another chance here on the corner kick for the Huskies.
A player that we could likely see playing at the next level, the next chapter of her career. Superb run from the senior defender. Job not done as of yet. Just the second corner tonight for the Huskies. Looking to put USC out of their misery. It's a great delivery and a good response from the Trojans defensively. Shell has that venomous left foot. Loud keeps on the pressure now. Good move as she hits it on that second touch. Takes a deflection out. And it'll be a goal kick here for Bella Grust.
And Holden Reed wanting a deflection off of USC there, but a good recycled ball in by Loud. Just again, from Washington, just trying to cause enough chaos and commotion and hope that a white jersey can get on the end of it.
More substitutions as Amine Pianum has come right back into the fray. USC pinned in for the time being.
And it's interesting, Faith George, we are usually seeing her on the right side for the Trojans, and now we're seeing her on the left.
Versatility, really a prized asset, a prized aspect of any attacking setup in modern day soccer. Bidolph Trying to link up with George. Loud. Here's Holden Reed now. Caught in possession there is Allison Hoop trying to intervene. So many times we see attacking players take the plaudits, grabbing all the headlines, but this Washington defense has been absolutely watertight tonight. Lockdown. Larson, muscular approach. McDougal has the sweet feet. Second-year transfer from Mississippi State. Melissa Gonzalez trying to add the ingenuity to this Trojans approach. On the front foot right now, this is Jaden Rodriguez. Time of the essence as they work their way down this right-hand side. I'll tell you there defensively for the Huskies. Clever stop now. Piana plays it across, and it's Anderson. Trying to sort out her feet. It was always going to be a tough angle, but that's better from USC.
Yeah, and Coach Alakunis at halftime talked about needing creativity. Well, that was the creativity right there shown on display by Jaden Rodriguez for USC, able to finally break free and offer a little bit of space inside the